Welcome back to Talkin Shop with ShopSabre. I'm Brandon, back with Jesse today.
Hey, good morning, pal.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
You know what? We're missing somebody this morning.
Closet's a little empty today.
It's a little empty. We're missing Garrett.
Somebody doesn't feel good.
He's got a case of the Tuesdays.
Got a case of Tuesdays. Wild played last night, didn't they?
Yeah, they did really well.
Playoffs?
I think that's why Garrett's not here, to be honest with you.
I'm starting to wonder.
It's pretty self-inflicted, I think, on that one.
Maybe.
He doesn't take the Wild losing very well.
No, his heart's broken. Lost game on. It's over from here.
Can't handle it. Oh, yep, it's all over, boys. No, he's not feeling well today, so he's not here. And so we're steering the ship.
Here we go.
I got all the buttons.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We've been here before.
We've been here before. Yep, we've done this once or twice.
Remember, they obviously act like you've been there before, right?
Yeah.
So
we're going to act like we've been here before. I don't know what this button does. There we go.
We'll find out.
That was a cool noise. Yeah. But anyways, so last week, we talked a little bit about handling rejection in your business, right?
We did.
Yeah, that was fun. Actually, no. We
had Lee last week.
That was 2 weeks ago we talked about handling rejection.
Where are we?
I don't know. What state are we in?
I don't know.
That's right. We talked with Lee last week. Plasma versus laser.
That's right.
That's right. Handling rejection was 2 weeks ago. Look at that. My brain is just not there.
Yeah.
You suck, you suck, you suck.
Hey, I think it's finally going to be sunny this week.
I think you're lying.
It's rained for, what?
A month?
Month straight now?
Yeah, I loaded 2 of each kind of animal onto a boat in my backyard.
They were talking about April showers, and it didn't stop raining all of April.
April hurricanes.
Yeah.
It was like windier and rainier than ever.
Yep, but it's supposed to be nice this week, so let's take it.
Yeah, I will believe it when I see it.
Hey, guess what I did this weekend?
What'd you do? What'd you break?
My leg.
Your leg?
Yep, I didn't break it, for the record, but I tried to cut it off.
Hey, at least it would have been a clean injury, right?
I don't know if it was that clean.
Were you using a grinder?
I was using a grinder. Yeah, I tried to remove a piece of pipe with a grinder, and the pipe moved.
Piece of pipe is permanent, sir.
Yeah, the pipe moved.
And you got your leg?
And the grinder took off, and I tried to jump out of the way, but it got my leg pretty good.
No stitches, though?
No stitches.
Glue?
No glue.
Duct tape.
Duct tape, yes.
Duct tape.
Yeah, my wife left for the day, and I was like, I'm going to go work in the garage.
Power tool time.
Power tool time.
Amy's not home.
Yep. And then I cut my leg, and then I was thinking to myself as I'm sitting there, and I'm looking up at my house, which is, decent distance away from where I'm at this point, and my kids are in the house playing video games. I'm like, I somehow have to get in the house without showing them that I've injured myself now, while covering myself with towels and duct tape. So I hobbled in the house, and I'm thinking to myself, God, I hope the neighbor doesn't look out the window right now, or he's going to see me dragging my leg behind me in a pool of blood.
Combat wound.
It does. It looked like a combat wound out there. And I'm like, so I get in the house. My son's so into Fortnite, he didn't even take his eyes off the TV. I walked right by him, just dragging my leg behind me. I'm like, well, that's good. At least he didn't look.
Just hanging by a tendon.
Yep.
Kids just Fortnite it up.
Yeah. Go in the bathroom, grab the bandages and the gauze. My kids used it all.
Of course.
Yeah, why wouldn't they, right?
Mummy.
Then they put them all back, in the package, so it looks like you have Band-Aids, but you have zero.
It's just the wrappers?
Yeah, it's just the wrappers.
Yeah.
So we used a bunch of gauze, and I taped a towel to myself, and I had to call the wife then and tell her to pick up some Band-Aids.
Oh, boy.
Yep, so that was fun.
I would have never called the wife.
I had no choice.
I would have made duct tape Band-Aids.
I did that to get by.
Oh, perfect.
But the good news is we're good today.
Yeah, leg's looking good.
Leg's looking good.
You
yeah.
fixed it? That's
Fixed
great.
it. Fixed it.
It's
We're
really
good.
good.
We're sitting in a good spot right now.
You know what I did over the weekend?
No idea.
Nothing.
Well, that's...
Legitimately.
No, false.
Nothing. I'm pretty sure I did nothing.
I called you this weekend. You were driving.
Oh, yeah, I went to the laundromat.
Yeah, and you had like 900 blankets in the back of your truck.
It was comforter day.
Comforter day.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Any chance I can get to get out of my house for just a little bit, I'll take it.
I know. I was like, why aren't you using your washing machine? I know you have one.
It's too small.
You're like, too small, I gotta go. Go. It must be a bad day at the Barker residence.
Yeah.
You had to go to the laundromat.
Yeah, I hate that place.
No, I get you there, man. I'm not a huge fan of that place either.
No,
but sometimes you just have to go.
Yeah, I watched like two 60-year-olds rip some meth in the parking lot at the laundromat. I'm like, wow, what a day to be at the laundromat.
What a Sunday.
I got away from the kids and I got a show.
What a Sunday.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No.
Oh, man. But you know what? Sounds like we had an eventful weekend.
Yeah.
We got some good weather coming this week.
I
What a
hope
life.
So. I hope so, yeah.
What a life.
Things that you're excited for in Minnesota. 60 degrees in the sun. Like,
Tell me you live in Minnesota without telling me you live in Minnesota.
it's 50 and you got shorts on.
It's finally going to be about 50. Let's put our shorts on.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I did. On Sunday, I wore shorts.
Oh, dude, as soon as it hit 40, I had flip-flops out.
I wore shorts on Sunday. We were going to my wife's niece. Wife's, I don't know.
That'd be your niece, too.
It's not my niece.
Well, if it's your wife's niece.
I don't know. It's some relationship to my wife.
Somewhere.
Some 5-year-old's party. And
you fit in.
Yeah, exactly. They were all as tall as me. So that was cool. But yeah, I got ready to leave the house. She's like, "You're wearing shorts?" I'm like, "You're damn right I am."
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, did you not get the email?
Even my 5-year-old was like, "Dad, why are you wearing shorts? It's cold." I'm like, "I'm forcing heat today, bud. It's gonna be warm today."
I'm pushing it.
Yep. So no, it was that was my big move for the weekend.
Yeah, it's hard to do stuff when it's cold and windy, nasty.
Yeah, disclaimer.
You just shut the door, shut the curtains, and let's just sleep this weekend.
Yeah, there you go. My disclaimer though on those shorts,
Huh.
it's because the pants rubbed against the wound on my leg and it hurts.
Oh. More duct tape.
Yeah, so I chose to wear shorts.
Yeah, I can't do that if I put shorts on. Doesn't matter. The kids will put them on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Dad's got them on.
Yeah,
We're
well, they
tough
tried.
enough.
They tried. I did not allow it.
Like, son, I'm fat. I get hot quick. You'll find out someday.
I got insulation. Leave me alone. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, what are we talking about today, Jesse?
I'm not exactly sure. What are we? It's setting an example, right?
Setting an example. That's what we're going to talk about today.
I stayed up late last night. I still came to work on time. I set an example.
Garrett did not.
Excuse me?
No,
Mad at
exactly.
us.
He's going to be mad at us because he's got to listen to this later. But yeah, no, I felt the topic was necessary because it seems everyone is so quick to blame and point fingers today, and it's just one of those things where, I'll be honest with you, I deal with it every single day. And, sometimes it comes down to setting the correct example and looking, I guess, more into how you react to something or how you act, present yourself, carry yourself, whatever you want to call it. But looking for an example that can be portrayed, and I think a lot of people are just frustrated in the world right now.
Oh, for sure.
And it's so easy to forget to carry yourself in that, manner that you'd be proud of. I think a lot of people are it's so easy to point the finger right now at someone else.
It seems like that's what everyone's doing. It's
Yeah.
someone else's fault.
Well, they're just
always someone else's fault.
Yeah, and
or
it's
something else's fault.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even like that. It's just how you react to those situations. Like the reality is, it is kind of everybody's fault right now, right? Everybody's playing a role in the world right now. And I can't build product without product, right? So there is somebody else that's a trickle-down effect, right? Somebody somewhere is affecting our business. But we realize, we're also affecting somebody else's business.
Oh, for sure.
So again, that's what I'm referring to, is it's like setting an example for the fact of, I know that I'm not able to deliver a product as quickly as I used to be able to right now.
Right.
The world changed.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with each other. What we saw in 2021 doesn't exist in 2022.
Oh, for sure.
In 22
For
years
sure.
of business, I've never seen it like this, ever.
A lot of people haven't seen things like this.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But I think people forget that, though.
Right.
People expect you to have the answers. Mm-hmm. And sometimes,
why weren't you ready for this?
Well, that's my,
You didn't see this coming? Nostradamus?
Exactly. For me, that's one of those things I want to say, I'm going to be honest with you. If I saw this coming, I wasn't going to work here. I was going to go buy stock in whatever's going to be big next year, and I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. Because if I can see the future, I promise you there's other things I'm going to do with that power.
Right. Than not have parts.
Yeah, exactly. So I can tell you right now that, there's a lot of things that we need to start looking at. And, really setting an example is really important right now. My mom always said, don't throw stones in a glass house.
I did that one time.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, I got grounded.
Got grounded one time?
Yeah, for 3 weeks for throwing stones in the glass house. Not good.
Which glass house were you in?
One I built in the backyard.
Okay. But yeah, essentially, we all have our own faults, right?
Right.
We all play a role in the world. So unless you're perfect, which you aren't, let's be honest, nobody is.
We're getting close.
Amy is. I'm going to give her credit. Amy's perfect. Everybody else, no, sorry.
You're a sucker.
But, then you really shouldn't expect perfection for the world,
No one should expect that. Ever.
Yeah, I mean, what is your take on, setting an example, honestly?
Being a leader.
Yeah?
That's what it means to me, being a leader. Doing the right thing all the time, right? Having integrity. That's something. Like, set the example. Be the leader. Do the right thing.
I disagree slightly, and I only disagree because you said doing the right thing all the time. I don't think you can possibly be right all the time. And
No, you're not right all the time. You just do the right thing, right?
See, and
you
that's
respond appropriately. You handle the situation,
and that's okay, perfect. Because what I was going to say is, for me, it's not so much about doing the quote unquote right thing, because everybody's opinion of right is different.
Right.
My thing about setting an example is presenting yourself in a way, if you went back and watched it on tape, you wouldn't disagree with yourself.
I like that. How you put it.
Like, let's put it in sports terms. Garrett's not here, but in sports terms, it's like going back and watching film on yourself, right?
Yeah.
You critique yourself. Mm-hmm. You get better. My opinion is you can always improve on something, but do you carry yourself in a way where you're proud to, if you had to watch the film, that you would stand behind what your actions were?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and the topic's a fun one for me because I truly try to carry myself professionally all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have fun. I mean, I try to have fun. I try to have fun all the time, to be honest. I mean, I try to inject fun in every day. I mean, it's just who I am.
Right. That's exactly who we are.
And I'm not a businessman who dresses up in suits and speaks like a lawyer. That's not who I am.
No, you wear ripped jeans on Fridays. I love it.
I think it actually disappoints people, to be honest with you. Some people get really disappointed because they expect more.
Like, you're not in a suit.
Yeah, like people think like I'm gonna be this lawyer conversationist. I'm gonna talk like this super educated lawyer. That's not. I'm a race car driver.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's how I'm going to talk. But I'm a real person.
We're lucky on a edited podcast.
Yeah, I tried to chop my leg off this weekend. Okay, let's be honest. That's who I am as a person.
Just a normal person.
Yeah, I'm a real person. I'm a real person who tries to operate in a manner that is yet professional but comfortable.
Yeah.
I do take everything serious when I need to. I take serious moments serious. I take a lot of our business very, very serious. But I'm no better than the next guy. There's a person in our company that I would consider myself better than.
Is it okay to agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I can agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, exactly. Is that okay to say true?
Well, yeah. Can I say that?
Yeah. No, absolutely. But you know what? I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Right.
Because I'm no worse than the next guy either, though.
Meh.
Fair enough.
Depends on how much anxiety you have that day.
Yeah, no, true. But we're all humans. Let's be honest. Like, before anything else, we need to be good humans, to one another.
Yeah.
And that's where the setting the example comes from. That's what I mean by setting examples. Being a good human. The golden rule. Treat others
how you want to be treated.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And that to me is what we really need to focus on when we start.
Dude, I so ignored the teacher when she said that,
Right.
all through elementary school.
Right.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Johnny took my truck. Tell him, Johnny, stop being a dink, and I'll be nice to Johnny, right?
Johnny's going to get hit in the nose.
Right. But as I've gotten older, that's so important.
It is.
And that's what the world is missing. That's what people are missing.
I think that's the truth right there, is that, especially, COVID hit.
Right.
And the world just fell apart.
Yeah.
Like, being honest, COVID completely changed the world.
Turned everyone into a bunch of self-entitled babies.
Yeah, well, everybody was important. Everybody's, needs are more important than the next guy's.
Yeah,
like, we used to care
sure.
about each other.
We felt like we did, at least.
Yeah, But let me tell you a story here.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Story time with
Yeah.
Papa Bombardo.
So, last night, went out for dinner, overheard a man at the table next to me. He has asked the server if the price on the menu were negotiable.
Fair question.
And then after the server told him no, he snuck over to the kitchen, where he made a rude remark to the prep cook about how his neighbors dined at a similar restaurant and then, or recently, and then had the same meal for a lot less. Right?
Maybe they had a coupon?
I don't know. And then, it gets worse though. He had the audacity to ask the chef if there was any way he could hurry things up for him and put his meal before the other people or the other patrons that were in the restaurant.
Maybe he's got somewhere important to be.
Yeah, but and then I'm like, and then trust me. Lastly, the arrogant fool interrupted the dishwasher, asked him if it might be able to save a few dollars by washing his own plates and silverware.
He's driven. I'm trying to find positives with this guy.
Is this not crazy?
No, he sounds like a dink.
Right. I mean, now take a step back. I know this story may sound ridiculous when presented in a restaurant setting, but why is it that so many consumers feel that this is just fine when they approach other businesses?
That's a good question.
That story is 100% made up.
Oh.
That didn't actually happen last night.
Going.
But my point of that story is when you hear it in a restaurant setting, everybody's going, oh my God, who is this guy,
That's
right?
rude.
But that's exactly what people do in other people's businesses.
They do. Manufacturing,
Contractors, the auto repair facility, right?
Yep.
Everybody does that. And I shouldn't say everybody. There's a lot of very good people out there. But that's the world we live in today, is that that's an acceptable behavior when it's not in that restaurant setting.
Right.
People do. They tell you how they can get it cheaper elsewhere. Okay. Like,
swipe your card?
Yeah, like I don't know what to tell you there, because prices are set on our cost of doing business, on our product, our technology. Whatever you're buying elsewhere isn't our product.
Right.
So they should have their own price, right? Like
they should.
I feel like that, that thing that gets thrown, and I see it, I got customers of mine that tell me about this. They're cabinet companies. Yeah, so-and-so said he can get it 20% cheaper down the street. You should go down the street then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you then,
Rocks.
Like,
see how it works.
They aren't us, Right. And the same goes for, when you start looking at, people telling you, like, I need you to bump my order up. But that person ordered before you.
Yeah.
So how is that fair? Because
But I need my machine worse.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's that. I feel like that goes back to the setting the example. Like, the example is, I should have probably ordered a little sooner. And I realized, like, you couldn't maybe order sooner in some cases because you're waiting on a contract. But the reality is, like, remember that company that you ordered from couldn't do anything sooner than either.
Right. You have to accept the situation.
Correct. Like, we're both in the same boat,
yep.
Right? And some of it is delays. I get it. Like, you ordered when you thought you had for a time frame, and the company ordered the parts when they thought they had the time frame, and things changed.
Right.
I mean, that unless you have something in writing as a guarantee, I mean, you have to understand there's some variable in the world.
You can't do that in this world anymore.
Yeah.
Every day is something new. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You used to be able to plan.
Exactly. And then, some of it comes down to, like I said, it goes back to, can I wash my own dish? Can I, my silverware, blah, blah, blah. You hear this with mechanics where guys are like, well, what if I come, help with this project? What if I do this? I heard of a landscaper who was like, he told me that, yeah, people offer to come out and help them in the yard when they're doing the landscaping.
Oh, I've had customers offer that here. Can I come help build my machine in the facility if you guys need extra hands? That was a legitimate question.
Yeah, and it's like, no, like, no offense, but like, I have a training process. These people are not just, off the street, like, good luck, figure it out. I mean, these are trained technicians.
Right. It's not like you're building IKEA furniture. A goes to A, B goes to B.
Correct.
Right.
Like, and that's exactly. It's somewhat insulting to the guys who are doing the work.
Like, it's that easy.
Yeah. Like,
they just jump right in and build a machine.
Correct. Like, they've been trained. Like, they do a lot with that. But same with, like, our customers. These guys, I've got sign makers that are like, yeah, my customers are, they want to supply the material because I can't get what they need. I have a customer of mine who does vinyl signs, and there's specific vinyl he uses, specifically rated for what he's doing. And he's like, I got customers walk up with rolls of vinyl. Like, oh, here you go. Now you can get the job done. Like, no, it's not the right stuff. Like, just because you found vinyl doesn't make it the right vinyl,
But it's vinyl.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's some of the stuff you got to think about. Now, Again, my story there was an example. It's something that actually I found on the internet a couple weeks ago, and I saved it because I was like, this is one of those stories that, like, when I read it, it resonated with me. I'm like, this is what we do in the world right now.
For sure.
And it's like, we have to get back to, you know what? It is what it is, right? I mean, as much as I hate that statement, it is what it is. It's the truth. Like, delays are what they are. We can't solve them right now.
You have to roll with them.
Parts and materials don't exist.
But you could think it into creation, right?
Yeah. No.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't. People just need to understand, like, we're all working through this together.
What people need to understand as a whole, we all need to understand is, supply chain issues exist.
For sure.
And nobody wants to delay an order anywhere.
I'm to the point now where it just doesn't even bother me. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, when I order something or I go somewhere,
Yep.
I don't expect good service. I don't expect fast service.
Which is
I
sad.
don't even expect accurate service. It is sad, but it's also in the understanding of this is where we are in the world right now.
Yeah.
There's a shortage of people. There's a shortage of good help. There's a
Yeah.
shortage of materials. And I wake up every day and I know that, like, hey, nothing changed today, so I'm not going to get mad about any of this. It's just what it is.
Where I think we have to get back to is, I do understand that. That you kind of expect it right now. But at the same token, it's all about attitude that I go into a situation with.
Correct.
I go into it knowing that, okay, there are certain things that are not controllable in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I go into it with a lot of compassion for the person on the other side. Like when I go to a restaurant and they're super delayed, I don't complain about it.
No.
Ever. Like I thank them for their time. I thank them for being there. Because remember, like, that person who's waiting on you showed up to work today.
They did.
They're there doing the job. So while other people didn't show up or other people aren't there and that's why they're short-staffed and this stuff's going on, they showed up.
Right.
So taking it out on them isn't the right thing for me to do.
I'm going to be honest. I go a little extra further.
Yeah,
Try to make sure that waiter or waitress, like, we're going to make sure you have a good time.
Yeah,
because
I'm the same way.
You're getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, and my wife, it embarrasses the heck out of her because I do. I mean, I clown around when we're in the restaurants and I have fun. And
I've been with you. We've done it.
Yeah, like I try to have a good time. Like I try to make sure that
You're the king
waiter,
of it.
like that waiter or waitress, when they walk away, I want them to be like, okay, I enjoy what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Like if I'm that one piece of sunshine in their day, like I want to be.
I want that person to come back tomorrow
Yeah.
because I like eating there.
Correct, exactly.
Right?
That's exactly. I said that to you, did I not? We were
Yeah.
sitting in a restaurant. I'm like, I just want this person to keep showing up so they don't close the doors.
Right, exactly.
Like I love this place, and that's the same way that I am with everything I do in my life. Like
If you are waking up every day and just expecting things to be the way they were, like you're the problem.
yeah,
You are the problem. Like,
Yeah.
just understand we're in a position right now.
yeah. I mean,
We're
the world
working
is.
through it.
The world is. It's not. We're not saying us specifically are in a
Right.
position. The world is in a position.
What's wrong with the world? Yeah, we
The supply chain issues exist. Delaying orders is inevitable right now. Projects are behind schedule. I mean, Lee took 9 months to get garage doors.
Yeah.
Like, I assure you, if he can't get garage doors, imagine some of these more complex companies out there trying to get parts.
Well, what was my furniture? 2 months?
Something like that, yeah.
They told me it was 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't call them one time. I just knew, like, it ain't coming.
It's not coming.
They're going to call when it comes.
I ordered ball joints for a race car in July of last year.
Yeah.
They showed up last week.
That's awesome. At least you
Ball
got 'em.
joints.
Yeah, you got them.
Yeah, the lady called me, and she's like, it's on the way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I forgot I even ordered them.
Perfect.
And she's like, oh, do you not want them anymore? And I'm like, no, if it took you since July to get them to me, what if I need them? I'm like, yeah, let's keep them coming.
Yo.
But it's like, it's one of those things where, like, I didn't get frustrated and screaming and yelling at them. Like, I know that they want my money just as bad as
What's the point of ruining that person's day over
Yeah.
something they can't help?
shipping's delayed even. Like, that's my thing. Like, there's so many things sitting at port in the U.S. right now.
Oh, man. It's crazy.
Like, so many things. The ports are so backed up and there's no trucks and you can't do anything. And it's like, yeah, no, I know your part's sitting there, but it's like somewhere off the coast of North Carolina.
Right. Yeah. Best of luck. You'll
Yeah,
be
like,
there
I don't know what to tell you.
eventually.
Yeah, like, it'll get here when it gets here, I guess. But, it's the reality of the world we live in, and it's less than perfect right now.
For sure.
But people are still expecting perfection.
That's
It
the
doesn't
part that
exist.
gets me.
It does not exist right now. We aren't where we were 2 years ago.
We aren't where we were 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's true.
This is changing.
Yeah.
Seems like daily, almost weekly for sure.
Oh, it is. I mean, I meet with some pretty big companies on a weekly basis about parts and supply chain stuff.
Feels
and
like daily almost right now.
yeah, I mean, you see how many meetings I'm in and out of,
It's insane.
and phone calls I'm on, and I mean, I literally spend all day long with a fire hose in my hand. I'm literally putting fires out all day long, and I
Garden hose.
It's garden hose. But it's really about trying to mitigate the issues. Like, I
Right.
can't stop them, but I'm trying to solve whatever issues I can and overcome whatever hurdles I can to the best of my ability.
All right, just like everybody right now, right? Everyone's doing the best they can.
Yeah, exactly. And let's talk a little bit about what it means by setting an example. I mean, let's really go there. Providing the positive reinforcement is something that I think is important to do out there right now. You kind of get what you put in,
I think that's really important.
and if you stay positive with others, they'll stay positive in return.
Absolutely.
I've learned that in my own life. Like, if I put off a negative energy, I get negative energy back.
It's how it works typically, right?
Yeah,
If
so-
you start to panic and you start to freak out about things, the rest of the crew is going
Correct.
to as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, what do they say? If you hang out with 3 millionaires, you're going to turn into the fourth, right?
Is that
If you
true?
hang out with 3 addicts, you're likely to turn into the fourth. You are what your environment allows you to be. So setting a good example and, being around those who do the same will inevitably continue to grow that group of people, right?
Yeah.
So that's why, like, even at the office here, I always try to remain positive. I try to, reinforce things. Like, it's so easy to find the faults in everything that people do all day long. Mm-hmm. There's 2 manager styles that I think, actually there's really 3 in the world out there. You got the guy who just doesn't care, just lets everything happen that happens around him. You got the guy who is a drill sergeant, right? Screams, yells at everybody, thinks he's always right and everybody else is terrible.
Major pain.
Yeah, exactly, the major pain. And then you got the guy down the middle. The guy who's willing to, let some things slide, but hold people accountable when things need to be held accountable.
Right.
I try to be that guy. That's the guy I try to be. Like, you know what? You got a doctor's appointment? Do your thing. I'm not going to sweat over a doctor's appointment, right?
Right.
But at the same token, like, make sure you don't drop the ball for the customer, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm that guy. Like, I'm going to hold you accountable for the customer stuff. I'm going to hold you accountable for getting your work done. I'm going to hold you accountable for taking care of customers. But I'm also not going to sweat when you messed up, some paperwork.
Right.
Or you forgot to turn something in. I mean, I'm really not that guy. I'll give you crap, right? I'm definitely going to give you some crap.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be in a way that, like, you want to just walk out because I can't take it. Like, that's not who I am. Like,
No, you find ways to turn it into light fun. Like, hey, here's a joke, but don't do that again. Or, hey, here, let's fix this.
Yeah.
But you're never overbearing. You're never that guy.
Well, my personal favorite is to always, put myself in their situation, right?
But yeah.
How am I going to react if somebody comes up yelling at me? Instantly, I'm going to be pissed.
Immediately you get defensive.
Yeah. Well, what does that do to the energy in the area?
It kills it.
Well, not to mention now you're sitting next to all your coworkers and their energy drops because now everybody's uncomfortable.
Very.
So does that help the day?
No, it kills it.
It kills it.
Kills
so rather than that, I'll come out and make fun of you. Right? I'm going to give you a little bit of a hard time about it. Like, oh, I guess paperwork's optional today, isn't it, Jesse?
Yep.
Right? I've done that to you.
Oh, for sure.
And everybody laughs, right? Everybody thinks it's funny. We all are joking around, and then guys are giving each other crap back and forth. Guess what? I still get the paperwork.
And it raised the mood.
And everybody else is having fun. Yeah. Right, exactly. Like, I'm one of those guys that, I'm setting that example. That we still got to get our work done, and I'm going to call you out for not doing it. But
let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun doing it. Like, and that's where I think we're at. Is that's where my statement of hang out with 3 millionaires and you'll end up the fourth, right? When I say millionaires, people automatically go to dollars, right?
Right.
I don't care what the millionaire is. The millionaire of fun, the millionaire of health, the millionaire, whatever. Hanging out with the people who set an example that you want to live by.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah. I need
So-
some friends.
Me too. I got one.
If there's 3 millionaires out there that are listening that want to be friends with me and Brandon, just go ahead. And
We'd like to hang out with you
email,
guys.
please.
Instead, it's just I have one friend. He owns a Kia 150.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bud. I'm doing everything I can here.
I'm trying my best.
Trying my best.
Oh man! But remember to ask questions where necessary. You
Right.
know, but be able to accept the answers that you receive.
Isn't that funny?
Right?
That's one of my favorite things. Can you help me? I need your advice.
Yeah.
Here's my advice. I don't like you. I don't like your advice.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Hey, wait a minute. You asked me for my advice.
Yeah. Rather you see what you can do to help people.
Right.
Hear what's being said. See what you can do to make it better.
Yeah.
In some cases, it's just simply telling them that you understand.
Right. Just listening.
Yep. Like you can't always do something. Sometimes there's just no answer.
No.
And as much as that sucks, there's no answer sometimes.
Right. But sometimes you just got to be that beacon of positivity, right? Be the
Try to plan ahead. That's what I always tell everybody. Set an example that you're prepared.
Yeah.
Plan for the unexpected.
yeah.
Like
And don't freak out when the unexpected happens.
Correct. Stay calm, cool,
Keep
and
your
collected.
composure and
Yeah.
roll with it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Show your team, your guys, like, hey guys, this is unfortunate, but guess what? We're gonna roll with it. You got the right guy leading the ship. Let's go.
Absolutely. And be okay with change.
Yeah, you have to.
Change takes place that allow for improvement.
If you can't adapt to change, the universe will make you adapt to change right now.
Truth. I mean, I've seen it where guys buy CNC machines, right?
Right.
And that old school employee who's been there 20 years is the guy who does not want that machine. It's the worst thing ever. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. They don't want to accept that change.
Yeah.
Well, what ends up happening to that employee?
And he goes, bye-bye.
Yeah, they get rid of him.
Yeah.
That guy's gone because he didn't embrace where the company's going. And instead of fighting the process, the guy who embraces it, learns it, figures it out, helps make it a part of the day-to-day stuff, or at least gives it a chance,
Yeah.
he's probably going to be there a lot longer
For sure.
because they're looking for the future.
They are.
And that's-
yeah, it's funny. I was talking to a customer. I'm still working with a guy. He's an older gentleman, and he has both of his sons coming to work for him. They're both out of college.
Okay.
So they're coming to work for him in his woodworking business,
Yeah.
making cabinets. And I said, usually it's the old guys that fight the technology. And he said, no, you either evolve or you dissolve.
It's the
And he
truth.
said, I have to get the technology from my boys. That's what they know.
Yep.
Right? That's what he did.
That's the truth there, too.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Evolve or dissolve.
You evolve or you dissolve.
That is the truth because you have to evolve your business. You have to make changes. You have to adapt.
Yep.
If you don't, the world will force you to.
You won't be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to make a change without you.
Yep.
And what can you do to help your business? Let's talk about that a little bit. Looking at your processes and trying to improve them, right?
Right.
Set the example there. If you won't do the work yourself, right? Why would your employees?
That's a good question.
I always ask that question, right?
Yeah.
Would I do the job? I mean, you guys see it. I come out on the floor and I do the job with you.
Yeah, all the time.
I'll help. If you guys are backed up, I jump in and help out.
Yeah, you jump in all the time.
If I wouldn't do it, why would I expect you to do it?
That's a really good question.
So I want businesses to think about that. Sign makers, cabinet makers, fabricators, whoever you are out there. Look at your business. Walk around your shop. What job do you have to do every day that is just no fun to do?
Mm-hmm.
How can you improve on that? If you're cutting cabinets every day by hand, lifting those sheets every day by hand,
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
yeah, I'm already tired and I'm not even doing the job.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
No.
Why would your employee want to do it? Get a CNC machine, throw it up on there, let the machine do the cutting, and the guy gets to sit there and watch.
Right.
Oh, I'm not buying a machine so that guy can be lazy.
Ugh.
Jesus. Really?
Poor way of looking at things.
Really? That's your answer?
Yeah.
Forget about the fact that you just saved an hour's worth of work, right?
I want this guy to work like a slave.
Yeah, make him work. I'm getting
Harder.
my money. Yeah, come on. You got to think about that.
Dumb.
Make his job easier and he'll enjoy coming to work.
Right.
You
Don't worry about it. There's a line of people beating down your door to come work for you right now.
Correct, exactly. Look at the costing. Let's start there. If you would not cover the cost, why should your employer?
I love it, man.
As an employee looking at a business, you have to start thinking about costing as well.
Yeah.
Because your boss or the owner of that company that you work for, all of his costs are rising right now, or he or she's costs are rising right now.
No
Right?
doubt. Yeah.
Think about what shipping costs have done alone. Oil prices, fuel prices, all that stuff. Now add in just waste. If you can cut down on that waste, or you can look at your costing, make things more efficient, why not?
It's an absolute no-brainer.
That's where the CNC comes in again. I mean, start thinking about the efficiency of a CNC. Think about nesting. You're able to get so many more parts out of one sheet of material. That means you can cut down how many sheets of material potentially that you're using.
It's savings all around.
In a world where it's already hard to find material,
No.
and the material you do find is at a premium, why not try to
Minimize your waste.
minimize your waste there,
Right.
So, start looking at that as an employee. Be the one that's helping your employer with that stuff.
For sure. Take a little extra time. Be a little more accurate.
They're probably, again, set an example, and they're probably going to notice you.
Yeah. Go that extra mile to make sure I'm not turning this project into scrap.
Correct, exactly. Look at the timing as well. Sometimes you just need to look at timing in business. What can you do to control it? Some things are out of our control, with regards to timing, but what is under your control? As an example, ShopSabre's brought in a lot of manufacturing to our fingertips, right? Mm-hmm. We have mills, saws, welders, electronics departments, things like that. But I can't control the motor manufacturer themselves,
No, you can't.
right? I can't, the cutter manufacturer, Hypertherm, I can't control what they do.
No, you can't.
I can, though, control the fabrication.
You can.
Building my own gantries, building my own frames.
Yep.
I'm not outsourcing that stuff like some of our competition who brings it in from China.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
No, we're not.
Can I do that? Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
I hear it, that's one of the things I hear right now is well, you should be outsourcing right now. If you can't get it done, you should be outsourcing. But you didn't buy a Chinese product. You didn't buy an outsourced product. You bought a ShopSabre.
Yeah.
So do you want my product or do you want somebody else's product? I understand what your statement is, but there's certain things I just can't outsource.
Right.
If the steel is out of stock and I can't get the steel or it's delayed, I can't build that frame.
It seems like common sense, right?
Right? I mean, I mean that's what people sometimes are missing here is that I'm not trying to be delayed. I don't enjoy the phone call of how I'm delayed and I need to do better. Like, I promise you, like, I don't enjoy working on Sundays. I don't enjoy missing dinner with my kids. Like,
right.
I promise you, I don't enjoy the stuff I'm having to do because of these delays.
Yep.
But I do them because I made a commitment to my customer.
Right, and you're doing it.
I mean, we worked on Easter.
We did.
How do you explain to your son after, he goes through and looks at his, basket, hey, Dad's out of here, he's got to go to work. You know how you do it?
Yes.
Because I made a commitment and I'm setting an example.
Yeah.
I want my son to see that. When I committed to something, I committed fully to that,
Yep.
regardless if it's an inconvenience for me. Just because it's, you can't make a commitment and then do it only when it's convenient.
But sometimes that works so well.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it doesn't.
It never works.
No, not at all.
Your commitment is your commitment, regardless how convenient or inconvenient it is.
You have to see it through.
Yeah, you have to go through it and you get the work done at all costs.
You do.
And that's the way we run our business.
Right.
We do. We work our tails off. We will call and buy every part I can. I pay the prices. I've done it all. I haven't called one customer back yet and asked for more money, even though my prices have gone up exponentially.
That's incredible.
I haven't called one person back and said, you know what, the motor prices on the machine have gone up 32%, but you're going to have to pay me that 32%, otherwise I can't build your machine. No, I haven't.
No.
There's projects out there that we have shipped that we've lost money on. Simple as that.
Oh, for sure. Or when shipping comes out through the nose and
Yep.
you're just, hey, ship it.
Yep.
Just ship it.
I'm just trying to help customers right now. And
Right.
the reality is this is not a pat on my back, for the record.
No.
This is a pat on every business's back right now because I'm not doing anything that anybody else isn't doing right now. There's a lot of businesses doing what I'm saying right now.
Right.
But people are blind to that, and it's super easy to yell at the person on the phone.
Right.
And I've seen it. I've seen companies call me up and talk to me about they just got screamed at by a customer, but the customer doesn't realize that the cost of material has gone up 50% on the job. And I have some really cool conversations with customers of ours. I mean, me and business owners talk a lot, and a lot of times it comes out of conversation of, hey, how's my machine going? Oh, we're delayed. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Blah blah blah. Let me tell you about a story of my business, and then they tell me these things, and I get to hear about their businesses, and it's like we're all dealing with the same problems.
We are.
Like and I get it. I get why customers are calling up frustrated with me, because it's no different than what I'm doing to my vendors, right? I'm
Right.
calling up frustrated with my vendors, like, where's my parts?
Yep.
Like, you're making me late,
Yep.
right? You're making me late to my customer, and they're not going to be happy.
It's a vicious cycle right
It is.
now.
It's a vicious cycle because your sign that you're supposed to be making, that guy's calling you up, where's my sign? Right? He's upset. So you're calling the vendor, which is now me.
Yeah.
Where's my machine?
Yep.
Right? And then I'm like, hold on a second. Hey, where's my parts? And then that guy's like, hey, where's my labor? And you know what? By the time you're done, it's all trickle down, right?
Yep.
Like, it's you just keep moving it down the line. But the reality of what I'm saying is we're all dealing with the same problem.
For sure.
We're all looking for parts and material.
If you're not dealing with this problem, share your secrets.
Yeah, no
Teach
crap.
us something. Tell us something.
Show the world.
What are you doing different?
Show the world your ways.
Have some understanding, too.
Yeah, have some reflection. That's what I say.
Please.
Reflect. Hear what people are being or what people are saying. Hear what you're telling people. Look at what you can do. Reflect on the situation and say, okay, what can we do differently? Learn from it.
Right.
I can't solve it today, right? Nobody saw this happening, but what
No.
can I do for the future? That's what we, and ShopSabre is doing it. We've been making process improvements every single week.
Yes, we have.
What can we do differently to be more efficient so this doesn't happen anymore?
Right. There's only so much you can do, though,
Yeah.
right? That's the other thing you have to realize, too, is you might be able to put every process and plan in place in the world, but
Yep.
in this situation, your hands might just be tied at some point.
Yep.
And that's where we're at.
And that's where it goes back to understanding the rejection.
Right.
Right? Accepting rejection in your business.
Yep.
We cannot get what we want always, right?
Can't.
I've learned that. I want parts yesterday, and I just can't. They don't exist. What can we do to help turn it into a positive?
Right.
Well, the positive is I haven't sold it out on you and went with something cheap. I haven't used a knockoff brand to get by.
Right.
That's one thing that I love. Like, I ordered some product here. I've ordered products here within our business too, and obviously even my personal life. And companies have tried to pass off lesser quality stuff to get by, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's dishonest.
Yeah, well, it also wrecks the quality of that product. It wrecks my opinion of that product, my success.
Right.
Because now I'm working on that product more than I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why we don't do it here. We don't pass things off that don't pass our standards. Like, it's just not worth it. And I get it. People go to the internet and they find these, I found the part you're looking for. it's not the same.
Yeah, right.
There's a reason why that's in stock, and the one from the
There's
vendor I
something
buy, I
different
can't
there.
buy. Yeah, like the reality is, I buy thousands of these parts a year. So if I can't get them, the chances of just a standard consumer buying onesie, twosie is probably slim to none.
Right.
Like, I promise you, they want to fulfill my order because they don't want me to go away.
Right.
So,
You're a good customer.
yeah, exactly.
Now we're just going to hold these motors here on ShopSabre. We'll wait till they really
Yeah,
want 'em.
exactly. And it's future planning. You got to be prepared for the pinch points in life, and that's what we try to stock as many parts we have here, right?
We have a lot of parts.
We have a lot of parts. We just expanded our parts section.
I know. People
That-
love it. They come in here and see the building. And
Yeah.
that's something
We
they
just
talk
added 50,000 square feet.
Mhm.
We didn't do that because, it was cheaper for us. We did it because it allows us to be more efficient.
You wanted that go-kart
Yeah,
track.
exactly. We can buy more parts now and store them.
Right.
I can buy in bulk, right?
Yep.
And that's the thing is people, you have all that room. I don't understand why we got to ship the machine so fast. Because I don't have all that room.
Right.
Because I'm being forced to buy in quantities I've never had to buy in before. I used to be able to buy onesie, twosie parts as I need them, right? And they show up in just-in-time manufacturing, right? Okay, I know I don't need 100 of those till next week. I'll order them next week. Now, you have 1,000 on the shelf, I'll take them all.
Every one of them.
Every one of them shipped now.
Can you get another 1,000?
Yep, exactly. I'll take everything you got on the shelf. Because if I have them and I don't need them yet, I'll have them when I do need them.
Yep.
So now suddenly my storage becomes more because I have to keep storing all these parts, right?
Right.
So trust me, I'm doing everything we can, just like any other business is doing. I mean, I've seen guys out there buying bundles of wood that they never would have been buying before. I see guys that have filled their shops when my supplier has this wood in stock today. Like, I'm going to buy it all because they're afraid that the shortage will come back and they don't have it.
Right.
It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Better be prepared than not.
Right. And then you throw in delays, shipping damages, et cetera, and it's just like you
Talk
can't.
about that dream.
Yeah.
Shipping.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just everything. Like, when you think about that, like, we have orders show up every day that's like, yeah, your order will be there tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and nothing shows up.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
The next day.
Gotcha.
Gotcha again.
Ooh, you almost had it.
Yeah, it just goes back to what you're saying. Like, I get up without that expectation. I just
Yeah.
get up, and today's going to be what it is, and I'm not going to let a delay or a
Yeah.
part not showing up ruin my day. Right? There's nothing I can do about it.
Help others help themselves.
Right.
Right? As an employee, be there to help your employer when they're in a bind.
Yep.
They notice these things, I promise you. As an employer, be there to give recognition for those who step up, though.
Mm-hmm.
ShopSabre has a little program here we call the Spotlight,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And it's kind of a cool thing that we put in place, but we do little things that recognize overachievers around the company.
We do.
And I'm one of those guys. I mean, Jesse, I'll let you tell a little bit about it. I mean, I guess how does the Spotlight thing work?
So, like, if you get a call or an email, right? So customers will reach out and give us feedback on something somebody did great, something that someone did awesome.
Yeah.
And typically, what you'll do is you'll share that with the rest of the company.
Yeah.
An email will come out and it'll highlight what this person did and how they lived up to ShopSabre values.
Correct. And that's it. It's not anything crazy, right?
No.
And some people really get embarrassed by it.
Some people do.
They really get embarrassed by it. But you
Yep.
know what? I'd rather embarrass you for something good.
Yeah.
Like when I get a compliment about somebody, when I get a compliment about something, like I share it company wide.
You do.
I want everybody to see how awesome that person is. And
Yep.
sometimes, yeah, it's a little embarrassing because you just got called out in front of 75 employees, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is, I want 75 people to understand that I see it, I hear it. My dad sees it, he hears it.
Right, but other people read that and that, lifts them up as well.
Correct.
Like, hey, that's kind of cool.
You got to give praise where it's deserved, right?
Right.
And the reality is the employees make the company continue moving forward.
They do.
So the reality is, I am not blind to the fact that everybody deserves recognition for what they're doing.
It makes a difference.
You're always improving, right?
Yep.
You're trying to improve, right? That's the goal. So that's what I've always said. You improve always. You can learn from everything you do. If you're not improving, you're falling behind, more than likely. So
Right.
you got to look at, what do I need to do next? Add people. What do I need to do next? Add equipment. What do I do next? Change the process, right? What do I need to do next? Upgrade. Like, you always got to be thinking about that stuff. Update your equipment with
ShopSabre equipment.
ShopSabre equipment.
Where can
ShopSabre.com.
I was gonna say, where can they find it?
ShopSabre.com. Gotcha.
So used to Garrett.
I know.
being
Gary
here.
would have thrown that in by now, so I figured I better do it. But no, you got to set an example. I mean, being honest, you just have to set an example in your business, and that is, what's the example? Well, how are you taking care of your customers? How are you solving problems? How are you upgrading your building? You know, what are you doing that's setting the example so that everybody else sees we're doing this together?
Right.
You know what? And that doesn't always mean that you can give the information that people want to hear.
No, sometimes you have to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is part of setting the example. I'm being
is.
honest and upfront that I don't have any information for you.
Correct.
You know, sometimes it's simply that, you know, and in this world where there's more problems than there are resolutions right now, you have to have some compassion in the world.
A little bit.
Just
Little understanding, little compassion.
little compassion can go a long way right now. Yep.
It does.
Yep. You know that like everything else, this will change with time.
Of course. This
Yeah.
isn't permanent.
Yep. Handle, what you must immediately, but know the world is progressing. I mean, things are changing. I will tell you where we are today in May is much different than where we were in March.
For sure.
And we're making progress. That's
Yeah.
the good news. It's like in March, we were a lot of more unknowns.
Right. The wheels were turning. They
Yep.
were slow.
Yep.
But they were still turning.
But, I mean, now for the last 60 days have been record numbers for us. We've been putting things out. We're doing what we can.
Yeah.
We're starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel. But again, remember, the world can change, right?
Tomorrow it can change.
We don't know what supply chain looks like in the future. But the hope is that we're getting through this thing, right?
Yep.
And, everybody just needs to stay positive together. Keep working together. Set that example.
Yeah. There's too much negativity. Someone's got to stay positive. Like, you got to be that light. Be positive.
Be the light.
Yeah.
I like it.
Be a light.
Or call and visit ShopSabre.com.
You can do that too.
Just do that. But no, like I said, we'll all get through it. Like I said, handle what you must immediately, as we said. But the reality of what it is sometimes things are going to get delayed.
They are.
And know that we're only on this world or this earth for how long?
A short period of time.
So, you know what? Stressing about things you can't control doesn't solve the problem.
Taking it out on the people around you?
Yeah. Try not to do that.
Yeah.
And be careful with grinders.
Be very careful with grinders. And
they
go to
hurt.
bed at a decent time.
Go to bed at a decent time, yeah. Even
Yeah.
if your sports team loses,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Go to bed at a decent time.
It's okay. At least you got to watch the sports team.
Right.
Yay, sports.
Get up and go to work.
Go to work.
Ricola! You need a cough drop,
Ricola.
homie. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, now I got the Ricola song. I'm stuck in my head.
I like that commercial.
Man, now we got to get back at it.
Yeah, we do.
Don't you think so?
It's time to crush it.
Let's go crush it.
Let's go.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Jesse.
Thanks for talking shop with ShopSabre.